Thanks for joining us again. I'm here with my coach, my good buddy Harvey. You know, you showed me so much in the game. I've learned so much from you. The importance of how to play this game, the philosophy behind it. You know, and I learned so much. You know, you got so much knowledge. How did you acquire all this knowledge? Tell me.
Well, I don't know. If you live long enough, I guess it starts to happen. But, you know, when I first got into this game, I was 13 years old. And I was just a kid in a neighborhood in the Bronx, New York. And I, like a lot of kids in those days, the pool was pretty popular. And I just started to play, got pretty good at it right away. But roughly about a year into playing, I saw some pretty good local players. And the great Willie Moscone was giving an exhibition about 4 or 5 blocks away from where I...
You knew Willie?
Oh yeah, got to know him very, very well.
Wow.
Yeah. And I heard about this exhibition he was giving, and I said to myself, wow, I heard a lot about this guy. I think I'll take a walk over there. And so I walked over there, and in he came with his white hair. He was wearing a white scarf, and it was wintertime, and a black overcoat. Got to be honest with you, I never really looked at anybody or saw somebody that looked quite the way he looked, you know. He was this very handsome, dapper guy. The game began. He ran 150 and out from the break. Beautiful trick shots. I was sold. I said, oh my God, I have to learn how to do this. This is really cool.
He was like an inspiration?
He was a real inspiration to me. And from that point on, I started to just go to every exhibition I was able to go to. Very lucky. In those days, Willie was very active. He lived in New Jersey, and he used to give exhibitions all around the tri-state area. And I was from the Bronx, and whenever I heard he was giving a show, and there was Purums in every neighborhood back in those days. And when I heard Willie was playing, I was there. Little by little, I got a little bit friendly with Willie, because I was like that kid in the audience. There he is again.
Right.
And I would ask him questions, and Willie was very nice to me. He always told me something when I asked him, and so he was my inspiration in the game. By the time I was 19 years old, I guess you could say I was reaching pretty close to professional form.
Wow.
Yeah, I had some runs over 100. And in those days, of course, straight pool was the key game. And there weren't really many tournaments back then. So basically, if you were looking for competition, you know, it was heads-up competition.
Okay.
So you would run around and play different guys in different matches and stuff like that. And shortly after that, I got married to my lovely wife, Irene. And then we had our wonderful daughter, Joanne Mason Parker. She became a world champion. She
won the U.S. Open.
Yeah, she won the U.S. Open in 1990.
That's right.
And in the 70s, I was pretty active in the tournaments. I wouldn't say that I was a big winner in them, but I was a contender. I came 5ths and 3rds, had a lot of good finishes and a lot of major championships. Yeah, I mean, not to make any excuses, but, you know, I was a family man. And I was doing pretty much the best I think I was able to do. I was always a student of the game. And I had great friends in this game. Gene Nagy, another great friend of mine. Learned a lot from Gene. I learned how to think about this game technically. And from there, my knowledge grew. And then I'm a big teacher at heart, and I enjoy sharing. And for the last 20, 25 years, I've been doing an awful lot of teaching. And it's a passion of mine.
I know. You know, I learned a lot from you, and you know, we work together, and I think a lot of these thoughts and philosophies and ideas, it goes right into the pocket, coach. I mean, that's where I see it. I mean, I saw the benefit of it.
Well, you know, through the teaching, I came to realize that the game gets broken down into a few components. There's a ball count. The shots are in categories of easy, medium, and hard.
Right.
And if anyone looks it up, they'll get to know just what we're talking about. And after you go through a few of those categories, you come up with a game plan. That's what the pocket coach does. It gives you a game plan. And then you know what you're doing. You know, a number of years ago, I had the pleasure to work with a great player, Tony Robles. And
Tony Rose.
oh yeah, he just won a big tournament out in California, big 8-ball tournament. Very dear friend of mine. And I worked with him years back. And that's my passion, to teach this
To
game.
teach.
Yeah.
Well, I know you taught me. I'm so glad I met you. So
Well,
glad to be a student.
Well, it's wonderful having you as a student. And now perhaps some of this knowledge that we've put together could go out into the public and they could appreciate it and hopefully improve your game.
Thanks, Harvey.
Sure thing.